Wisconsin has always prided itself on having a highly skilled workforce. However, over a year ago, MacIver News learned that perception is not as true as it once was.
A prime example is a company here in Rock County that's looking for welders. And when they do their proficiency test as part of their hiring process, they're finding that 41% of the applicants cannot pass blueprint reading and simple measurement using a tape measure.
This is not an inside secret. The editor of Chief Executive Magazine was at the Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce Business Day in Madison on Wednesday. He told MacIver News the skill level of Wisconsin's workforce is well known in the business world.
The other thing it has to do is really has to improve its secondary education. That's allowed. One thing I didn't say in the room was the fact that some business leaders said that their workers can't really understand an engineering diagram. And Walker mentioned that in his remarks as being a problem they have to fix. Fix that and you'll go strong places.
Governor Walker has talked about this problem before and repeated his concerns on Wednesday.
One of the things that drives me crazy is when I go to employers, and good employer, a good example of this was an employer I was at in the northwest side of Milwaukee recently, where they've got two shifts where they have a need and an opportunity with the customer base they have today. They could add a third shift and potentially add even more employees on top of that, but they're not willing to add that third shift because they don't believe today in their job market they have enough skilled welders and machinists to fit the bill. I mean, that's like mind-boggling to me.
WMC says the problem is not a crisis yet.
We would call it a shortage, a workforce shortage. It will be a crisis if we don't address it, and I think that in maybe a 10-year period, if we haven't fundamentally addressed the lack of a pipeline, then it will become a crisis in Wisconsin.
Governor Walker says his administration is working on plans to improve the quality of Wisconsin's workforce.
We believe that if we're going to make additional investments, if we're going to put more money in to subsidize the public education that we provide in higher education at our technical colleges and our University of Wisconsin campuses across the state, we should try and drive that investment so it connects to the areas where we have the greatest need for employees today.
For the MacIver Institute, I'm Bill Osmolsky.